Welcome to another episode of the Insert Name Here show. We're talking about geek culture, news and lifestyle. We've got a very special episode today because here at the INH show we were able to get a special preview copy of the upcoming TV series, The Flash. What do you think about The Flash?
The TV series?
The TV series.
Well, let me rephrase that. The first pilot episode, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I like the way it felt. I like the storyline that they've sort of built up, and I like the way that they've actually put a lot of seeds into upcoming episodes. So I think it's going to be a very fun TV series. And look, for me, I'm not a huge fan of Smallville. I didn't even last the first season, to be honest with you. I didn't like Arrow. Everyone has told me from season 2 onwards it actually gets better because they start focusing more on heroes and villains opposed to the teen drama side of things.
You don't like teen drama?
Whoa, wait. That's what do we call? Let me say it this way. I enjoyed The OC. I thought it was a really cool TV series. But as an overall, when it comes to superhero-ish sort of stuff, like Smallville, I find it a bit too lame and cheesy. Do you know what I mean? That's just me. So for me, The Flash itself, being that it's very superhero-focused to a certain degree from what we've seen and what they're planting coming up in the future for the series, I think I'm going to really enjoy it, and I really like the first pilot episode. That's just me. Over to you.
Well, that's an interesting opinion, which we'll get into a bit later. I like the pilot. I think it's a good pilot. In fact, I think it's a great pilot. It introduces the character, it shows us his powers, and as you said, it does plant a lot of seeds for what's coming up.
Yep.
So I think it does its job, and I'll be watching it. I don't know if I'll be watching it as soon as it comes out.
Really?
I need to see the episode straight away.
You're crazy.
Crazy. Well, let's get into that a little bit more.
Alright.
Now, you said that you're not really fond of the teen drama aspect of things.
Yeah.
In these superhero things. Do you not feel that this show is going to be heavy on that?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be more heavy on the hero focus, you know, good guys versus bad guys, that sort of thing. They might have certain scenarios of drama that will kickstart a scenario of the hero and villains or good guys, bad guys.
I think this pilot already sets up that it's going to be big on this drama, this relationship sort of drama.
I don't know.
It's in the. It was.
I freaking hope not.
Well, we'll. I guess we'll wait and see what happens. But what do you think about the guy? He's playing Flash.
He looks very young. He's not the Barry Allen that I knew. That being said, I'm going to put a disclaimer right now. I only started reading Flash from Flash Rebirth onwards. And even now, I'm not heavily reading the Flash sort of stuff. So I only have a small verse of...
You're going in there with very little...
brand new eyes,
baggage,
right? Yeah. So for me, and from the little that I know, I really enjoyed it. I really
well, you know...
He looks young, though. He looks too young.
Yeah. Oh, well, they even joke about it in the episode.
Well,
that, this kid looks like he's 12.
And it's good that they can address that, right? In the show.
It's a nice little fun thing to poke. But yeah. But don't you think that he has the face of someone who's going to be all torn up about relationships, and he's got a bad case of humor face?
Are you saying this because of the whole Iris and Barry scenario? And she started dating Eddie Thawne.
Yeah,
Eddie Thawne opposed to Eobard. Is that how you say it?
Well, I mean, Eobard? Eddie's a more marketable name, I guess. It's a more television name than Eobard.
I guess I can sort of see what you mean.
This
by
guy has the
emo.
biggest face, the biggest emo face. You know, if they're gonna reboot Spider-Man, which I think they could, get this guy to do it.
Really?
Well, I mean, this guy's already got a pretty sweet gig by the looks of it. So,
yeah, true.
But he's got the face of someone, and I think it's gonna be a big part of this series. But obviously, I'm basing this on one episode.
Okay.
So I think he did his job okay. Did you think that the portrayal of the powers and so on, was it what you expected?
It's what I expected, and I think it's going to grow more from there. So we know that the Flash can run really fast, right? Or move. Let's change that. Fastest man alive. Move really fast, right? It would be great, and I want to see how they're going to do this. It's like the whole vibrating so fast that bullets will go through him, all that sort of stuff. And develop it even more. I mean,
Well, this is a TV budget, so
Yeah. Well, they can still do it though.
Oh well, yeah, but it's I don't want it to look too rubbery or too cartoony.
Right. Well, look, I might have mentioned to you before as well that one of my mates have told me about a particular scenario. Because look, the Flash guy that runs fast can't really sell it, right? It sounds pretty. A guy who runs fast. That's all he does. He just runs fast. It's like, meh. And initially when I was growing up, that's all I knew him to be. That's why I wasn't a big fan of the Flash, because it was just a dude that ran fast. Yay. But there's a lot of sort of scenarios that, like I was saying, the vibrating so fast, he moves so fast that he breaks his molecular structure that he can go through solid objects or bullets go through. And there was that one scenario that my mate told me about where and this is from the comic book, where he was fighting a villain, and just to put into context of how fast he is, there was a villain that was like blowing up bridges or something like that, and he was fast enough to run into the library, quickly flip through architecture books or something like that, run back, and as the bombs blew up, he was actually putting the bridge back together again. That's how fast he was, right? So to see that and I think they could do this on this budget and TV series, that would be really cool. And I want to see him develop it more.
One thing that I thought was quite interesting is that in the first couple of minutes of this show,
right
before he gets his powers, we see Barry Allen. He's analyzing tire treads at a crime scene,
right?
And you see like these mathematical equations. You see these angles and lines
that
pop
is
up.
Awesome.
It's awesome, but it was just kind of it took me by surprise. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just wouldn't associate that with the character of the fastest man alive.
Okay. But why not? He's like forensics. Well, what is he? He's not a scientist. Is he? Wait.
I think he's a forensic. Yeah.
But he's like a forensic sort of
Well,
researcher.
he works with the police.
Yeah, right.
That's all we need to know.
In that case, he's smart. He's a bit of a nerd, right? So why wouldn't he be able to do sort of this with geometry and maths and stuff like that?
It's just a weird thing to see on the screen for this sort of show.
Okay.
I would have assumed that he would just look at it and say, "Yep, I recognize those treads on whatever car."
Right.
I guess, just to give it a bit of context as well, my Flash was Wally West. I grew up with Wally West Flash, with the Jeff Johns, that era. And so for me, I guess, Barry Allen, although he's not my Flash, I think that I can go in with a fresh set of eyes, and I can go in without having to worry about that, which is, I think, how we should all go into these sort of things, and that's something I keep telling you. Like, it's okay for Thor to be an alien, and it's okay for Transformers to be
I made my peace with
faces.
That. I made my peace with that. I have, so.
All right, well, what do you think about the rest of the cast? We saw another Flash in the show.
Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash. Is that what you're talking about?
The yellow Flash.
Yep.
The Reverse Flash.
That was really cool, and I like the fact that they did that in the start as well. And that's already planting seeds into what's going to happen, right? Obviously, they mentioned Eddie, who is the Eddie Thawne character as well.
Well, we assume he's going to be that character.
Yeah, so I think, going back to your whole, and what I mean by the whole teen drama bit, I think maybe something might happen between him and Iris because they're
maybe.
And then if they break up and stuff like that, then they'll focus on him being a villain and concentrate on.
Well, you guys know how good my predictions are, but you can bank on that being
but they'll only touch base on the drama side and then focus on the heroes.
I think the drama's going to be a huge part of this thing.
I don't think so. I hope not.
Well, we'll see. Well, but
anyways,
that wasn't entirely the only Flash I was talking about. We had John Wesley Shipp in an
yes,
that was a cute little touch.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't really do too much, but I think it was a nice little thing. I think he'll be back later on.
He'll make a couple of appearances, I reckon. I'm pretty sure he will. Yep.
We also saw, one of my favorite shows of the 90s, Ed. We saw
Tom
Cavanagh.
Really bizarre, right? Ed, I really liked the TV series Ed. I thought it was awesome. To see Tom Cavanagh as this character was a bit hard for me, only because I'm used to Tom Cavanagh being Ed, that goofy, comedic guy.
And he still looks exactly the same.
He does.
In this show as he does in Ed. He hasn't aged a day by the looks of it.
I'm sure we put it side by side, though. We're like, oh, okay. But yeah, when I saw it, I was like, what?
It's hard to particularly for him, it's hard to disassociate the character from the actor. Yeah. With that face and that mannerism and so on.
Yeah. But I still think he pulled it off, though. He did pretty well.
Now, we briefly touched upon this off camera, but hero or villain? Or what is he?
Okay. I think he is... You know what? I'm going to say villain. Villain. He's going to do something that's going to screw things up, and he's going to be the villain.
Well, he's definitely portrayed as having his own agenda.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
He's a liar, right? Because he was on the whole wheelchair thing, and it's like, boop.
Oh, are we into spoilers? Yeah, I think we're
in
spoilers,
spoiler territory already. I'm sorry.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I said that I grew up in the Jeff Johns era of The Flash, and this pilot really reminded me of a Jeff Johns issue, which isn't entirely a bad thing. It had all the tropes of a Jeff Johns issue. It had the monologue in the beginning.
Here we go.
It had the monologue in the beginning.
You guys have no idea how much I've heard this, but go on.
Jeff Johns, every time he writes a book, he'll always begin with just an innocent little city scene, people doing everyday things, and then there'll be a monologue. There'll be something to the effect of, this city's very boring by day. I'm Barry Allen, and you'll see the superhero come onto the panel or onto the screen, and he'll introduce himself. It's a very Jeff Johns episode.
It is.
Which is a good thing. I think if you're introducing a character and you're trying to sell the audience, this episode did a great job of it. And even at the end, it had that whole, what we talked about with the Tom Cavanaugh character, stepping out from the wheelchair. We're led to believe that this guy's become a paraplegic or something. And it's planting the seeds for what's going to happen in the upcoming season. So I think it's done a good job.
Okay.
Are you in for the whole season?
Absolutely.
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 So Green Arrow, not so much. Smallville, not so much. But Flash,
yes,
you are.
Absolutely.
Okay, interesting.
That being said, I do need to probably watch Arrow from season 2 onwards because, like I said, I think they've changed their formula of how they're doing things.
Well,
from what I've been told.
Arrow and
by my brother,
Flash.
actually. Thank you, Andy.
Arrow and Flash are in the same universe.
Yeah.
In the TV series. So,
right. Yeah.
do you think there's going to be any more crossover?
I think there will be crossover. I mean, we saw it at the end of Flash.
And we saw it in Arrow as well.
Yeah, and Arrow as well. Exactly.
So Barry Allen shows up in Arrow.
I think if there's going to be a crossover, it shouldn't be a massive crossover where,
You don't think it should be?
No, I think keep it separate, but have them pop in and out, sort of thing. That would be cool. It's a nice little touch.
Yeah, no, I think it should be a big event. When two superheroes get together, they should treat it like a big event, and not in the way that comic books do it, where it's so disposable and every month is an event.
Yeah.
It's money, I think.
Okay.
Well, what do you guys think? Did you also get a special preview screener of The Flash? Let us know what your thoughts are. Leave us a message. Otherwise, that's it for another episode of the Iron Age Show, and I guess we'll be back in a flash.